One of the most identifiable aspects of Team Fortress 2 is its maps. The most iconic ones being maps like Dust Bowl, Two Fort, Upward, and Badwater Badgen. When I say the name of these maps, I'm sure a mental image automatically forms in your mind and they are instantly recognizable just from a simple shot of the map. But, unless you are playing on Uncletopia, you may notice playing on these notable maps might be few and far in between. After all, Team Fortress 2 has over 100 official maps in the game. Damn, over 100 maps? Overwatch 2 barely has 36. But, wait, I don't even know if I can name all 100 maps. Let alone 50 maps. Wait a second. Well, my friends, if you couldn't tell by the name of this video, I think TF2 has just a bit too many maps. So I thought we should explore the timeline and why we should maybe just slow down a little. Now, it may come as a shock to you, but you know that launch TF2 actually only had a total of 6 maps? That's right, the only available maps to Team Fortress 2 players in 2007 were Two Fort, Dust Bowl, Well, Granary, Gravel Pit, and Hydro. While these might be argued to be some of the core maps of the game's history, I think we can all agree that this is definitely an insufficient amount to keep players engaged. Over time, Valve would continue to add maps to major updates like the Gold Rush update, Heavy update, and the Uber update. But even when they were added, they were very slow releases. During the Gold Rush update, as the name states, the only actual added map was of course Gold Rush. The point being, getting new maps during this time period was slow going and far in between. Things were like this for a while. We would get a patch update, some new content, including a map, wait, rinse, and repeat. Until one day, something different happened. One update that would forever change the course of this entire game. Ah yes, the beloved Gunmetal update. This update will forever hold a special place in my heart. I feel weird saying it out loud, but I would have been 9 years old when this update was released. Jeez, how time flies. But enough about me being an old man. The Gunmetal update was filled to the brim with content. We got the introduction of weapon skins, more taunts, more cosmetics, and of course, new maps. Now I'd be lying if I said that I don't love the new maps in these updates with great additions like Sujane and Borneo, but besides me being a nostalgia-filled nerd, there is a reason I brought up this update. This update marked the start of community updates. Now wait, I know, technically the end of the line update would have come before this, but that was kind of its own one-off deal. This update would bring a new pattern of release content. Community-created content. Okay, so, I would like to give a massive disclaimer before I start this portion of the video. I am by no means trying to insult the community or discredit any of the amazing work they have done. The community is honestly the main reason why people like me are so able to make videos about this game to this day. However, I do think that Valve should have been just slightly more selective in the amount of content they add. I, for one, love all the community created taunts, and I think they are better than some that Valve have made. A lot of the cosmetics crates we get are filled with cosmetics that the community made, and they all look phenomenal. But Valve kinda shot themselves in the foot with the way they released the maps. The first update we received after Gunmetal was the community created update Invasion. But first, I would like to get a new map counter in the corner just so I make a better point. Let's first add Gunmetal maps into this mix, so we're gonna add 4. Invasion added 3 more and was released about 3 months after Gunmetal. Then, we received Scream Fortress 7, which added another 4 maps and was released roughly 3 weeks after Invasion. Following Scream Fortress 7, 2 months later we got the Tough Break update, which added another 4 maps, so that's 15 maps in total. So in 5 months we have received 15 maps. Now obviously in the TF2's current state we should be happy to receive anything we can get, but these maps suffered a fate that the other content didn't. Most of the maps mentioned are part of the seasonal updates like Scream Fortress, summer updates, and the winter updates. What that means is that as soon as the updates leave, with the ones mentioned usually spanning anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks, poof, the maps also leave with them. You see, the way Valve adds these maps to the game is by putting them in their own separate queuing pool. As I mentioned in our previous chapter, the problem is usually not with the maps themselves, it's just they don't ever really get preserved like the other ones do. I also have to admit there are some updates I was just simply not there for. For example, I have missed my fair share of Scream Fortress updates and didn't get to play on those Halloween maps. Another thing playing in these maps is actually the fact that they tend to be seasonal related. Usually these maps boast a sort of fashion first and function second. Waylon PK made a fantastic video addressing this issue, and the general consensus of the community in the comments felt that a lot of the maps weren't really ever designed with the classes in mind. A perfect map that encapsulates this for me is the map Venice, added in the summer 2023 update. I played this map a couple of times and I honestly could not believe that this is an actual TF2 map. One of the biggest critiques with this map is the fact that it's just a sniper sightline heaven, but my number one issue is that no matter where I was or what I was doing, I always just felt like I was fighting from the longest distance imaginable. Another example of a map that focused more on fashion over function was the community-beloved map, Wutville, a Smithmas map which suffers from the same issues as Venice, and I gotta be honest, I know it is meant to be a Christmas-themed map, but I honestly think the map's kind of ugly. I'm sorry, I just had to say it. I don't think it looks that good. The issue with this is the fact that the function of the map is very poor, but to me, the fashion of it isn't doing it any favors either. So at this point, it's just a hindrance to play on it at all, and was very, very hated by the community.
Spawn point for the defending team exits facing you this way, which makes you want to walk straight forward, right? Except, this is the opposite direction you should be going. So instead of walking straight out of the spawn doors, you need to turn 180 degrees and walk the opposite way.
To conclude, I would like for the community to just keep doing what you are doing. But Valve, I think we just need to remember that some of these maps might simply just not work in a gameplay environment, despite how pretty they might be. Thanks for listening to my long rant, and I hope you listen to me rant again soon. See ya.